I'm Brad.
I'm Christa.
For the Big Family Homestead. I said that wrong.
He's Brad. I'm Christa with the Big Family Homestead.
And this is one sick chicken. Okay, so for the experienced chickenologists, you people out there who've been having chickens for a long time, this video is going to be kind of the thing where you can benefit others by commenting down below and adding your 2 cents, because we're going to talk about basics. This is really going to be mainly for the new chicken people or people that want to get involved in chickens. And so for that, please chime in down below and add your 2 cents. Now, what do you do when you find a chicken in the flock that's not doing so good?
Well, depending on what is going on, if the bird is just down and not doing anything, not eating, not drinking, you need to get that bird out of there and segregate her out, because if she has some kind of illness, you don't want that spreading to the rest of your flock.
Well, I would say, in all honesty, I think one of the big things for overarching all ailments for the chickens is segregate them. Mm-hmm. We keep a separate little cage that's really a dog cage.
It is a dog cage. It's like one of those medium-sized dog cages, perfect for one little bird. And anytime we have a bird that is sick or injured or anything like that, we bring them out for a period of time until they are feeling better or have...
Sometimes they gotta go.
Kick the bucket.
Yeah, sometimes they gotta just go. It's not their fault, it's just they go.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised, sometimes you would pound your head on the wall going, now what was wrong? Mm-hmm. That chicken was up and fine yesterday, and then just poof, gone. Mm-hmm. But what you have to do, first things first, is get that chicken out of the situation from the rest of the flock. Then you need to discern what the problem is. Mm-hmm. In that little bird's case, it was pretty obvious for us this time. Mm-hmm. And that's because it was limping around, and then we looked at its leg, and I don't know if it broke its leg, but it definitely hurt its leg.
Yeah, it hurt its leg somehow. It does not have bumblefoot, which I was wondering about. A bumblefoot is an infection on the bottom of the foot, but it is not that. It is definitely something in her leg.
So for her, it was basically just get her aside, get her some fresh straw, place nice to be, fresh food, fresh water, and just let her heal up.
Right.
Because chickens are notoriously nasty to ones that go down a little bit.
Yes, especially if the one chicken is bleeding, the other chickens will peck at it until that chicken is pretty much dead. So you got to get them out of there quick, and you just segregating the chicken is a really good way to keep that bird safe and healthy. Not healthy, but help them to recuperate faster.
Discerning what the problem is. There are tons and tons of ailments that chickens go through.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's just something physical that happens, like in their chicken run or in their cage or in their coop, wherever you keep them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they can hurt their wings. Sometimes they can hurt their legs. That's relatively an easy fix.
Yeah.
You just let them heal up. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you may need to give them vitamins, but the tougher ones are when all of a sudden they're just down.
They're just down. They're very lethargic. Their comb is a very dull color, not very bright and brilliant like it had been. Mm-hmm. Those are some signs that that the chicken is just not doing well.
Well, and nourishment, that's a huge thing. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you're going to need to give vitamins or even shots. Mm-hmm. We recommend that you look into, there's a couple books that will be down in the description below that will give you the gambit of all the different things that can possibly be. And a lot of this is going to be dependent on the region where you live. Yeah. But it's a good thing to keep on hand some vitamin D. Is it D? B,
right.
Vitamin B, and that can perk an animal up from a lot of things, and it's kind of a hard thing to mess up. Like you can't, just follow the instructions that the doctors set out in these books, or a veterinarian will tell you what to do. But keeping that kind of stuff on hand really helps. But also,
Mm-hmm.
We found basically raw milk.
Raw milk, our chickens absolutely love it. We give them a
bowl, like a saucer full.
a saucer full, and they will drink it down. They love it.
Yep. Another thing that you need to be careful of is just keeping your coop clean. Mm-hmm. If you let that poo get to where it's a mile high, there's a lot of ammonia that's in there, and that can give them all kinds of respiratory issues. Mm-hmm. And you may not notice it at first, and then all of a sudden everybody's feeling poof.
Yeah.
And it can be as simple as clean that dang coop out. Mm-hmm. And we recommend that you do it at least once a week.
Yeah.
Now, tell them about a balanced feed, because we just experienced this. Now, the diet, that's a huge thing. But we just experienced it with noticing a difference in our egg laying.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. The percentage of feed that you want for your laying hens, you're gonna want, at least an 18-19% laying feed for protein, right? Laying feed. Sorry, I got a tickle. That really helps to help them maintain their body weight and their condition enough to lay eggs. Now for meat birds, if you're not laying meat birds, if you are raising meat birds.
That'd be quite a trick. I'd like to see that happen. I've talked to a couple of different farmers up here, and they do not recommend the higher protein for raising your meat birds. Yes, you get them to market weight faster. However, you're going to have a lot more problems with them. They're going to grow way too fast. They're going to have leg issues, heart issues. They're going to just die. They have recommended a lower percentage for the chick starter and growing. Birds.
Yeah, the Cornish crosses is what we usually raise. Start with a 16%, to grow out your meat birds. We did that, and we did not lose a single bird. They were fantastic. We had 60 birds, and they were all super healthy and super delicious.
Well, and another thing too is that we have made a choice that we do not do antibiotics on any of our animals.
No.
And so to be aware, be watching. That's a huge thing. Don't just assume that everybody's okay. You need to be actively watching what's going on with your animals, because they can turn just like that. Mm-hmm. And especially if we're dealing with an issue that normally you might not see with antibiotics,
right?
Because you're giving them all these chemicals and stuff. Mm-hmm. We have to be extra in tune to make sure that they have everything they need.
Right.
And some of these things can be as simple as just, change their environment, get them to a warmer or a cooler area, make sure they have shade, make sure they have all the stuff that makes chickens so happy.
Well, plenty of ventilation helps too. During the summertime, it's super hot in their chicken coop, and with all the ammonia that's in there, they need ventilation. Otherwise, they're going to get sick quickly. Something else that can help to keep them healthy is apple cider vinegar.
Yes.
Put a few tablespoons in their water, and it keeps them healthy.
It kind of acts like a natural antibiotic.
Right.
And yeah, we've noticed that. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't remember if we've been having Caleb put them in since they've been in the new coop, but I'll have to check that, make sure. Yeah. Maybe he remembered, which would be nice.
Right.
But, kids.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and something else, what was it that I was going to suggest? Oh, diatomaceous earth. That is a really beneficial thing to help your chickens with dust mites. Mites. With mites and little bugs on them. They dust in this. You have just a little small area.
A sandboxy area.
Yeah, a little sandbox area. They'll scratch in and they'll dust in it. And that diatomaceous earth really helps to keep those mites
Make sure
down.
that is food grade diatomaceous earth.
Not the pool stuff.
Not the pool stuff. It's very important. And another thing with diatomaceous earth, there's a ton of uses for that. We've actually done a video on that. There's a ton of good uses for it around the barn, around keeping mites, fleas, any kind of bug that has an exoskeleton. it's gonna get up in between their little plates and shred them. And so that's good. That's a natural pest killer kind of thing where you're not using some harsh chemical on it.
Right.
Great for all the animals. However, the respiration stuff, you've got to keep it to where they're not breathing it.
Right. If you're giving it to your large livestock, mix it in with, just a tablespoon, mix it in with their animal feed so that if you're feeding them a sweet feed, that molasses will that diatomaceous earth will kind of stick to that molasses and it won't be so poofy. The chickens do eat the diatomaceous earth as well, and that helps to reduce the amount of worms or any kind of digestive issues that they'll have.
Well, now here's a weird one, and we've done this once or twice in the past because we don't do it all the time. But when we have a glut of milk, Mama will make yogurt. You want to watch those chickens go nuts. It's a probiotic for their gut.
They love it. I will strain out the yogurt and then they get the whey. The pigs would have gotten the whey, but we don't have those anymore.
No way.
No way. But just don't give it to your dairy animals. Chickens, pigs, they absolutely love it.
So that helps keep their gut, in good order. And that's honestly the thing too, is that, just being proactive with, making sure that they've got a clean place to be, good ventilation, good diet, all of these things, then you're going to really reduce your likelihood of having problems in the first place.
Exactly.
I mean, to be honest, the problems that we generally have with our chickens are, they either will have something like a foot will get broken or a wing will get broken, or once in a while they'll just flat out die of old age.
Right. That's pretty much it.
Because our layers generally don't become dinner, generally.
Generally, no. There will be a few that might end up in the
pot.
Pressure cooker.
Because they get to be tough.
The meat is very tough because they're 2-3 years old. So
yeah.
But yeah, they'll end up in the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Usually.
So hopefully these are some good bits of information for you to keep your flock healthy, your chickens, and more important than that, the folks down below help them out. Keep those comments rolling in.
Yep.
Please don't forget to like the video, but more importantly than that, check to make sure that your notification bell is dinged, because it seems like YouTube is not sending out notifications very much anymore.
No.
Yeah. So really, that's it for the day. I'm Brad.
I'm Krista.
You guys have an amazing and blessed day.